Hello guys, hope you're all doing fantastic as always. My name is TK and welcome back, of course, to Paragon. Now in today's video what we're going to be doing is yet again looking at another deck build for another hero. And the hero and deck build we're going to be looking at today is a deck for Feng Mao, and the actual deck build itself is named the Surgeon. Just bear with me. So if we head over to the profile screen, head over to decks, and as you can see, the Surgeon deck. Now I've named it the Surgeon because surgeons are good with scalpels and blades, as is Feng Mao. That is the only similarity. Just bear with it. I know it's a stupid name, but I try to be a bit creative. But anyway, on with the guide itself. So we're going to enter into the deck. Now what I want to say about this deck, very briefly, is it's not the most powerful deck, especially for Feng Mao. This deck is based around early game domination and being able to produce card points relatively quick, a lot quicker than the enemy team, giving you that boost in abilities and building your deck. So you should be able to gain some very quick momentum and be able to take the game into your own hand quicker than the enemy team. So that's what this deck is based around. So firstly, we want to start with the prime card of the Warlord. Dramatically increases your damage dealt, heavily increases damage dealt by nearby minions against enemy minions, giving us a buff of 65 physical damage, 100% damage bonus unique to this card, and a unique passive of plus 100% damage versus minion to minion combat. Pretty standard. This is the kind of prime card you want to place basically on any kind of fighter. Onto the consumables. As usual, we have one harvest key, one health potion, one mana potion, and one scout's ward. And another consumable we want in this guide is one strike token. This is a rare passive, it only costs 1 CP. This gives us a 6.5 physical damage increase as a buff. That will come into play with your first 3 CP played. Onto the equipment. So the first 3 points in this deck you want to spend. You want to equip, firstly, a 2-cost flash fire piston. This gives us a passive of 6.5 physical damage, 5.5 attack speed. Fully upgraded, this also gives us an extra 5.5 attack speed. So firstly we want to play this. This is a 2-cost along with a 1-cost strike token. Now at this point in the game, very early on, well at the beginning of the game, having these 2 cards, you could either try for a gank on one of the lanes, which I find is pretty damn effective. I always get a kill within around the first minute of the game, usually, about 90% of the time using this tactic, or you can just stick to the jungle and try and raise your CP and XP. But I would go for the early game gank, just to try take out a hero and get some obvious XP boost and CP boost, and kind of threaten them a bit. Followed by this, the next 3 points you want to spend, we're going to go back into the flash fire piston, and we're going to upgrade it with 3 1-cost minor strikes, each giving us an upgrade of 6.5 physical damage, thus completing this card and also giving us that fully upgraded bonus of 5.5 attack speed. So they're the first 6 CP you want to spend in this deck. Next, we want to head over to 1-cost, 3-cost wing carver blade, giving us a passive of 6.5 physical damage, 5.5 attack speed. Fully upgraded, this gives us 6.5 physical damage and an extra 5.5 attack speed. That just doubles up obviously to the card previously. Fully upgraded. So that's your next move. Followed by that, once you've got another 6 CP, we want to head back to base, fully upgrade this with 3 2-cost kinetics, each giving us an upgrade of 11 attack speed. So that's the next move you want to play. Followed by this, the next move you want to make, the next 3 points you obtain, we want to go back to base. Once again we want to equip another wing carver blade. Out to the battle again you go. Once you've realised that you've got another 6 CP, head back to the base. Upgrade this with 3 2-cost strikes, giving you an increase of 13 physical damage each. By this time you should be rocking well above the enemy team, especially if you've got some ganks in, especially if you shut down some heroes, especially if you're jungling. You should have some nice points racking up now, and you should be able to basically dominate early game. The next move you want to make after this, we want to head into one Brand of the Iron Eater. This is a free cost card. This gives us passive of a 3% critical hit chance, 5 points of lifesteal. Fully upgraded, this gives us an extra 2.5 points of lifesteal. Then we want to come back to base once we've got another 6 CP. Upgrade this with 3 2-cost wounds, each giving us 6% of critical hit chance. The next move you want to make is a 3-cost Hunger Maul. This gives us a passive of 2.5 points, shall I say, of lifesteal. Fully upgraded, this gives us a 50% critical hit bonus. This is why I wanted to play this card. We want that critical hit bonus, especially as we're building critical hit chance. Followed by upgrading this card fully with 3 2-cost drains, each giving us an upgrade of 5 points of lifesteal. Now at this point you will be cracking off critical hits quite relatively often. You'll obviously be doing that 50% extra percent of damage with the critical hits. You'll be attacking at quite an alarming rate with quite a lot of damage. You'll be able to lifesteal. So at this point we're relatively quite a menace to deal with. Now following upgrading the Hunger Maul completely, what we want to do after that is completely discard the Flashfire Piston as well as the Strike Token, giving us an extra 6 CP in return to obviously play it on our next cards. Now the last 2 cards we want to play, you can play this in whichever order you'd like, but usually I go with an Impact Hammer, 3-cost card. This gives us a passive of 13 physical damage, passive of an extra 3% critical hit damage. Fully upgraded, this gives us another 6.5 physical damage, and onto this I want to play 3 cost major strikes, each giving us 19.5 physical damage. Lastly, we want a final Wind Carver Blade. This gives us obviously yet again another 6.5% damage, 5.5% attack speed. Fully upgraded, another 6.5 physical damage, 5.5% attack speed. Bear with me, I'm getting a bit tongue-tied here. So many Wind Carver Blades. And onto this we want to stick 2 3-cost major strikes and a 3-cost major kinetic, giving us a boost of 16.5 attack speed. Now that is the build in its essence. Altogether, I will post a brief overlook of the guide or the full build over on the right hand side of the screen right now to peek your eyes on. As I said, it's not the most powerful deck. As with a lot of my decks, I like to try and go for early game or early to mid game domination. That way you can get a great momentum on card points, experience, upgrading your abilities, becoming a threat very early on to the enemy team. And then later on obviously you can upgrade your cards as you go. But my guides usually, especially this one, is aimed at controlling the game early on. And with this guide I've had a very good success rate at that. I think I'm about 28 wins to 3 losses using this deck with this character. And that's in the very high ranks of the Gold League. I think I'm like within the highest 2% of players in the world, and with this deck I'm absolutely controlling that 2%. But anyway guys, that is my Surgeon deck for Feng Mao. Leave your comments down below obviously regarding this deck, what you'd like to say. Do you like the deck? Is there anything you'd like to change? Or just get in touch because I like hearing from you, because I'm a social bastard. Also don't forget to leave a like guys, it always helps tremendously. Also if you're new to the channel, if you like Paragon and you're interested in finding out some deck builds, don't forget to subscribe. I'll always be posting these. I'm a massive fan of Paragon and I like to share my experiences. But other than that guys, as I said earlier, I hope you're all fantastic as always, and until the next time I bid you farewell. See you later guys.